Have you ever had something happen to you that you just could not explain? Something happened to me that night, something that should have never happened. To this day, I cannot forget it, no matter how hard I try, and I'm not sure if I ever will. That night, I was playing Roblox Brookhaven with my brother, but we were only alone in my friend's server. We did not have Robux at that time, so we could not afford a private server of Brookhaven. It was only the two of us. We decided to play hide and seek, and my brother was the seeker while I was the hider. As the time ticked down, I quickly ran to hide in a room inside my Brookhaven house. The house was locked. Only my brother had access to open it. There was a transparent door right beside the room where I was hiding. At first, I thought I saw a shadow, a dark, unnatural figure move past the door. I tried to brush it off as in my imagination, but then it happened again. The same dark figure was moving right outside the door. At first, I thought it was my brother messing around with me, so I yelled at him to stop pranking me. I told him I knew he had already started seeking, but he said that he had not started yet. 80 seconds were still left on the clock. Furious and confused, I got up from my chair and walked over to him. He was sitting right in front of me. Surprisingly, he was actually telling the truth. He had not started seeking yet. Now I was terrified. If it was not him, then who or what was the shadow I saw? I quickly pressed the escape button on my keyboard, hoping to see someone else in the server. But there was no one. It was just the two of us. My hands were shaking as I tried to make sense of it. Nervous, I switched hiding spots. This time, I tucked myself away in the washroom, but there was another transparent door. I could see everything through it. A minute passed, and for a moment I tried to forget everything which just happened to me. Maybe I had just imagined it. Maybe it was nothing. But then, just as my brother was about to start seeking, I saw it again. Something dark moved by the transparent door, slowly. It lingered there for a moment, watching and waiting. The cold that I had tried to ignore crept back, settling deep into my bones. It wasn't my brother. It wasn't supposed to be there. And whatever it was not a part of the game. Bolted out of the bathroom, heart pounding, desperate to see who or what the thing was. But there was no one, nothing. The air around me felt thick, like something was just out of the sight, waiting. Nervously, I ran outside the house, my legs shaky, in Roblox of course, trying to find a safer spot. And then I saw him, my brother. He had already started his search. I was trapped. There was no place to hide. In a panic, I rushed back into the house, trying to find a safer spot to disappear into. But this time, I didn't even try to hide properly. I just crouched in plain sight, my nerves completely frayed. Then, again, it happened. In the corner of my vision, I saw it. That thing. The black figure. For a split second, it was there. Dark, tall, its outline flickering like a shadow, not quite belonging to Roblox. And then, just as quickly, it was gone. My stomach dropped. The house. My house vanished before my eyes. Literally my house. Gone. As if it had never existed. I hadn't even clicked the button to delete it. A cold dread washed over me. What was happening? I scrambled for a new hiding spot, rushing to my car, desperate to escape the feeling of being watched. But as I sat there trying to steady my breath, I heard my brother growing frustrated with the search, muttering under his breath. Suddenly he screamed, "I found you! This hiding spot is garbage!" I froze. My pulse raced. I could not even see him anywhere. The panic tightened inside my chest. I told him he was pranking me, that I knew he just wanted me to come out, but his voice was different now. Quiet, almost flat. He was telling me that he was not lying. I was actually shaking at that time. Something was wrong. I jumped up from my chair, furious and scared. I peered at his screen, and then I saw it. My blood ran cold. The same black figure, tall, looming, unnatural, stood in the farmhouse. It was watching me. No, it was actually watching us. I screamed at my brother to leave the game, but he didn't even react. He just stared blankly at the screen, telling me it was my turn to seek. The words didn't even register in my mind anymore. The only thing I could think of was getting out. I had no choice. I pressed Alt F4. The screen went black, but before I could catch my breath, my brother slammed his hand on the desk, his face red with anger. "You're such a scaredy cat," he shouted, and then he stormed out of the room. I sat there trembling, staring at the darkened screen. My heart still pounded inside my chest. I quickly shut my laptop and closed Roblox, not wanting to see anything, hear anything, or feel that chill creeping up my spine again. But I knew deep down it was not over yet. I called my friend on Discord, who actually owned the private server we played in, and I desperately tried to explain him everything that happened to me. My voice was shaky as I told him the entire story, my thoughts tangled in confusion and fear. I even blamed him, thinking it was one of his dumb pranks, but he assured me over and over again that it was not him. Unsurprisingly, he didn't believe a single word I told him. He told me that a lot of his friends used his private server and nothing like this had ever happened to them. Even he hadn't played Roblox since a week. I was left stunned and frustrated. I closed the Discord call, feeling even more alone in my fear. For an entire month, I couldn't bring myself to play Brookhaven again. Every time I thought about it, that black figure would creep into my mind, and my memories of that night would replay in my mind, sending chills down my spine. Eventually, the curiosity inside of me got the better of me. I made an alt account and tried to investigate in my friend's private server, but when I joined, everything seemed normal. There was no strange figure, no unsettling presence, nothing. But I do have one theory. Maybe it wasn't just a glitch or some weird game mechanic. Maybe a hacker snuck into our private server, manipulating things in ways we couldn't understand. If we had stayed longer, maybe they could have hacked or disabled our accounts altogether. I don't know what happened that night, but I know this. The story is real. It happened to me, and I'm not lying, I promise. It may sound unbelievable, but trust me, it's not. If any of you have experienced something creepy or strange in Roblox before, I'd love to hear your theories or your stories. Comment down below and let me know what you guys want to see next. Until then, see you guys in the next video.